I'm Liz Hull, Northern correspondent for the Mail. I've been in court throughout and have reported on the case as it developed.
And I'm Caroline Cheetham, a broadcast journalist.
I was sitting in Court 8 for quite a lot of this trial as well.
Every week we've examined what's happened and brought you the details behind the headlines.
This is the trial of Lucy Letby. Welcome to episode 7, Baby E.
He was a baby boy. He and his identical twin brother were born 10 weeks early in August 2015. And on August the 3rd, Lucy Letby was the nurse designated to look after the twins in Nursery 1. So baby E's mother was staying at the hospital because she'd had a C-section and she was recovering on the postnatal ward above the neonatal unit.
And at around 6:30 that night, baby E's mother said she'd gone down to the neonatal unit and changed baby E's nappy, wiped his eyes and his neck.
She went back up to the ward for something to eat.
That's right, the twins' mother said that after visiting her boys, she went back upstairs, but 2 hours later, at about 9 o'clock, she returned to the neonatal unit to deliver some breast milk.
Baby E's mother was asked what happened next by the prosecuting barrister, Nick Johnson, KC. Their words are voiced by an actor and begin with baby E's mother describing what she could hear as she entered the corridor next to Nursery 1.
I could hear my son crying, and it was like nothing I had heard before. I walked over to the incubator to see blood coming out of his mouth, and I panicked. I was panicking because I felt like there was something wrong.
She told jurors that she agreed to go back upstairs after about 10 minutes because Lucy Letby reassured her that a doctor was on his way to see her son, and she would be contacted if there was any further problems.
But her son was still crying when she left Liz, and she felt really anxious about leaving.
Yeah, she told the court that when she returned to her bed upstairs, she was panicking, and she telephoned her husband to tell him what had happened.
She was right to be worried because while she was upstairs, things began to go downhill for her son. The jury heard evidence from Dr. David Harkness.
He was the registrar on duty. By 11 p.m, he'd been called to baby E's bedside twice. He said he was initially called at around 10 because baby E had vomited a large volume of fresh blood. More blood and fluid had also come up his feeding tube. Dr. Harkness diagnosed a gastrointestinal hemorrhage, which means baby E was bleeding from somewhere between his mouth and his bowel. So the doctor started him on some antibiotics and gave him some medicine to reduce the acid levels in his stomach, which he thought may have been the cause.
But Dr. Harkness was called back again around 50 minutes later, around 11 p.m, by Lucy Letby. When even more blood came up the tube, the court heard, and Liz, baby E's levels of oxygen in his blood also dropped dramatically.
Yes, Caroline, Dr. Harkness was worried and he decided to call the consultant, who we can't name for legal reasons, to discuss baby E's worsening condition. They both agreed that Dr. Harkness would give the baby fluids to help replace the blood loss and prepare to ventilate him, which means putting a tube down his throat so a machine could breathe for him. The idea was to get him stable enough to see what was causing the problem. And the nursing team also decided at this point to contact baby E's mother upstairs. She was asked to call her husband. Prosecution say that when she went into Nursery 1 with her milk that evening, she'd actually interrupted Lucy Letby in the process of murdering him.
So Liz, we've talked a lot on this podcast about the importance of covering the trial as a journalist, and not just the importance of justice being done, but our role in justice being seen to be done as well.